Today, Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 it's compare Asus Zenfone 10. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 6.1 inches OLED display with a Full HD screen provide. Asus Zenfone 10 5.92 inches Super AMOLED display with a Full HD screen provide. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 based on Android 14. Asus Zenfone 10 based on Android 13. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 device is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 chipset. Asus Zenfone 10 device is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 8GB of RAM. Asus Zenfone 10 8GB or 16GB of RAM. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 versus Asus Zenfone 10 internal memory. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 versus Asus Zenfone 10 graphics. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 versus Asus Zenfone 10 custom UI. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 versus Asus Zenfone 10 main camera. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 versus Asus Zenfone 10 front camera. Sony Xperia 10 Mark 6 versus Asus Zenfone 10 battery capacity.